Mayor and Council, simple discussion. The tax rate ordinance this year leaves the tax rate unchanged at 76.42 per $100 of valuation. The details of it all are that your general fund maintenance and operation rate is 60.42 cents per $100 of valuation. Your interest and sinking fund, that's the debt side of it, is a 16 cents per $100 valuation. And again, that rate is unchanged from the last few years of a total of 76.42 cents.
Okay. All right, thank you. So this is a public hearing, and we're here to hear remarks from anyone on this item. Is there anyone here to speak? No? We'll close the public hearing. And at this time, Greg, if you'll come forward and read item 8.3 into the record.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, we bring to you tonight ordinance number 2844 on first reading, an ordinance of the city of Terrell, Texas, establishing the tax rate of all taxable property within the city of Terrell, Texas for the fiscal year 2020-2021, and levying and ordering collection for the year 2020, and providing a lien on all real and personal property to secure the payment of taxes assessed, containing a severability clause, repealing all ordinances and parts thereof in conflict herewith, and providing an effective date. This comes to you tonight on first reading.
Council, is there any, should we do roll on this one? Or?
I would recommend that, Mr.
Okay.
Mayor, that the city secretary pull the council.
All right. We will do that. First, we need a motion.
Mayor, we approve ordinance 284, first reading, 2844, first reading.
We have a motion from Grady Simpson, Mayor Pro Tem District 2. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second from Tim Royce, Deputy Mayor Pro District 5. Is there any further discussion? Don?
Grady Simpson, District 2, how do you vote?
Yay.
Marlani Velasquez, District 3, how do you vote?
Yay.
Charles Whitaker, District 4, how do you vote? Tim Royce, District 5, how do you vote?
Yay.
And Mayor Rick Carmona, how do you vote?
Yay. So that motion carries. Item number 9.1 is discuss and consider change order number 2 for Griffith Avenue improvements. That's City Engineer Steve Rogers.
Mayor and council members, you have in your packet change order number 2 for Griffith. There's two major things that will be covered by this change order. One is to increase the days on the project, as we discussed in detail last week. Some delays at the beginning of the project have been kept up with, and the contractor's asking to increase contract time on that. There's some changes to some items in there. The net effect of the change order dollar-wise is a net decrease to the contract amount by $3,751.67. There's a detailed schedule in here with the days that are added and what the effect of that is on the completion dates of the project. I will tell you that, excuse me, yesterday and today they paved the main lanes from 9th Street to 3rd, so we got a whole lot done. And hopefully if we can continue paving and miss a bunch of rain, I expect the paving from 9th to Walnut to occur next week sometime, and then it'll just be filling in driveways, sidewalks, and cleaning up. So we're getting down towards the end. They're making good progress. With that, I'll answer any questions related to change order number 2.
I think we were briefed on this at a workshop a week or two ago.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any further questions other than what was briefed on?
What is the new completion date?
If you'll look on
11/25, I believe.
if you'll look on agenda page 37, excuse me, I believe there's a detailed calendar there that gives you, with this revised dates in change order number 2, substantial completion October 11th with final completion. That's everything done before Thanksgiving, 11/25/2020.
Yep.
That's a new date with this change order.
And we may beat that. I mean, that just gives them that time, right?
I think it's becoming pretty obvious they're going to beat that unless we get into an extended wet weather
Right.
period of weeks, which we don't
Yeah.
anticipate.
Okay. Good. All right. Thank you, Steve. Mayor, I'm going to take a motion. Is this not, so it's not money, it's just the date?
There's a change in the contract
Yeah.
amount, the decrease.
The decrease of 3751.67.
Yes, sir, correct.
Yeah, 3,751.67 is the change order.
Okay.
That's to reduce the amount.
Decrease.
Yes, to decrease.
Yes, sir.
Mayor, I'm going to
Yes.
make a motion, and I'm going to say all that's tied up in change order number 2 for the Griffith project. So I'm just going to ask that we pass that as presented.
Okay, so the change order number 2 is to include the decrease of $3,751.67 and also moving the revised final completion date to November the 25th, 2020. That's a motion from Tim Mills, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, District 5. Is there a second?
Mayor, I second.
I have a second from Luana Velazquez, District 3. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, let it be known by state and aye. Any opposed? Motion will carry. Item number 9.2, discuss and consider ordinance number 2840 in first reading, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Terrell, Kaufman County, Texas, vacating and abandoning the public alleyway, the same being situated between lots 2A, 3, 6, and 7, Block 123, Western Addition, City of Terrell, Kaufman County, Texas. Mr. Rogers.
Mayor, we discussed this before, this ordinance, and what it'll do. The best way for me to describe it to you is ask you to look at agenda page 49 and look at the map. This is the Western Addition, Block 123, and there's an old 21-foot wide alleyway that was platted many, many years ago between Grove and West End. This is just east of the Southwestern Christian College campus, and the owners of the lots adjacent to this have petitioned the city to close this alleyway. Greg has developed the ordinance that you see before you to do that, to split this equally between the adjacent lot owners. Staff supports this closure of this alleyway. No utilities or anything in it.
All right, so staff recommending approval of this ordinance. Is there any questions? Hearing none, is there a motion? Thank you, Steve.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve ordinance number 2840 as presented.
We have a motion from Luana Velazquez, District 3. Is there a second?
Second.
I have a second from Tim Lewis, Deputy Mayor Pro Tem, Deputy Mayor, District 5. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, let it be known by state and aye. Any opposed? Motion will carry. Item 9.3, discuss and consider Ant's fiber contract. That's going to be our library/IT director, Rebecca Anderson.
Good evening. Sorry for the disruption. Hopefully we'll have that fixed in just a few minutes. Thank you for having me here. The fiber optic service agreement between the City of Terrell and Ant's Technology details the service and support provided during installation and continued maintenance of the fiber network. This network provides faster, more reliable internet than DSL and cable. It is a 10 gig circuit that has been installed here at City Hall and will eventually run downtown to the library and other city facilities, offering city staff the fastest internet speeds and guaranteed reliability. This is also a service that will be extended to residential locations in the future. The total cost for installation is $16,000, which has been broken into payments of $1,000 a month for 16 months, and that amount will be paid off in January 2021. The fiber internet access will be billed to the city at $5,000 a month for the initial 72-month term. At the end of that term, either party may choose to terminate or re-sign the contract. During that time, ANTS will provide service and support for the fiber circuit and all associated equipment, radios, cables, etc. Repair services that are the responsibility of the customer, which is the city, and help desk support that is not included in the contract will be billed at $85 an hour, and that amount remains the same whether this is a service call taking place during regular business hours or in case of emergency. This top quality service, such as a fiber network, is a huge draw for businesses as well as residents looking to move, relocate, or open in a new location. And with all, as we said earlier, with everything moving online, it's important to have fast, reliable service. One benefit for the business is obviously that they will have fiber internet, and the city's, one of the benefits for the city is we will receive a monthly 8% credit of each new customer's bill that's added to the network. And then as those customers, if they are removed or no longer receive service from ANTS, that 8% credit will be removed. And that goes for commercial accounts as well as residential. So as we add homes and businesses, then we will receive an 8% credit for each of those.
That's as long as they have service.
Correct.
So if it's 10, 20 years, whatever it is.
It's 8% of
Until they
their
drop.
monthly bill each month for us.
Okay.
That's correct. There's a service level agreement attached to that, and that just more specifically details the terms and conditions included in the fiber contract, and includes what both parties will be doing as part of this agreement.
We're currently not on any, what do we have now?
Right now, we have, with the fiber circuit is here, but we are having a problem with our Wi-Fi and then some of our connections here with the new system that we've installed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're on their way right now to address that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Questions? So this is a good time to ask. What happens when fiber goes down? Is there a backup?
Well, we'll still have internet, Wi-Fi, but fiber going down is really unlikely unless there's a major catastrophe. It is more reliable than like DSL because it doesn't use copper wires, it uses glass. So the elements don't affect it as much. It doesn't respond in the same way, and so there's not a disruption of signals. But we do have the Wi-Fi backup if something happens and the fiber goes down.
Does the fiber not provide the Wi-Fi?
It's all part of it, and you're going to get into technicalities that I can't, unfortunately, I can't explain that to you. But yes, they're all kind of connected.
Okay, and in the service level agreement, is there any kind of penalty for the fiber being down for X amount of hours, days?
We do not, there's a credit, so anytime that there's an outage that is due out of our hands, and we can't control that kind of thing, then we receive credit to our statements, to our bills.
Okay.
So we're not paying for that time.
That's fine, that serves as some kind of penalty and.
Yes.
Yeah, incentive.
Yes, to get it back up and running immediately.
Okay.
As part of the service level agreement, they are guaranteeing a very quick response time for that reason. They're not going to have to, we don't have to pay if we're down.
Okay. And once again, is this a 5-year?
It is a 72 months, so.
72 months?
Yes.
So, to Tim's point, if something goes down and it's not something on our end, we're still getting billed $85 an hour by these?
If it's something that's covered under this contract that is due to their equipment failure, the actual fiber failure, or an act of God, weather, that kind of thing, then no, we're not billed at $85 an hour.
And I remember you telling us at the last briefing that wasn't overpriced. You actually checked into that?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
No, I think the price is right.
Yeah. All right, anyone else? Okay, thank you, Becky. This is a discuss and consider, so this is the contract. How do we need to do that legally?
This would be to authorize the city manager to enter into the fiber optic service agreement with ANTS Technologies, Inc.
Okay, got it. So is there a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion that we authorize the city manager to enter into a contract with Ants for the term of 72 months for a fiber optic network connection.
We have a motion from Tim Lewis, Deputy Mayor, District 5. Is there a second?
Mayor, I second.
Have a second from Mayor Ronnie Velazquez, District 3. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, let it be known by state and aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion will carry. Item number 10, consent agenda. 10.1 is, we'll take these two together. Discuss and consider ordinance number 2841 on second reading, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Terrell, Kaufman County, Texas, granting specific use number 20-01 to Crossroads at Terrell, allowing an exception for the provisions of Section 32 of the zoning ordinance of the City of Terrell by permitting the construction of 2 new automobile sales and service dealerships within an area of approximately 14 acres of the Crossroads development, the same being a part of a 175-acre tract situated in the J.C. Hill Survey, abstract number 202, City of Terrell, Kaufman County, Texas, as shown on the plats attached hereto as Exhibits A, B, C, and D, under the terms and conditions set forth below, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinances, providing for severability, and providing an effective date. Also, 10.2, discuss and consider resolution number 987, resolution of the City Council of the City of Terrell, Texas, approving amendment number 2 to the tax increment finance reinvestment zone, number 1, project plan and finance plan. Is there a motion?
Mayor,
Yes.
I'm sorry, we're doing both these together?
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes.
I'd like to make a request for item 10.2. I need just a little bit more time on that item. But I'm going to ask to table item 10.2 to a later meeting. And then also ask if that's not going to have any implications on the current.
Are we under time crunch for the item 10.2? So you want to address these separately. Let's do that first. Item number 10.1, is there a motion?
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve consent agenda 10.1 as presented.
We have a motion from Tim Rice, Deputy Mayor of District 5. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second, Charles Whitaker, District 4. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, let it be known by state and aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion will carry. Item number 10.2, which
I
is...
guess I would ask the councilwoman, is there any question that can be aired tonight about 10.2?
I really need just a little bit more time. And this is on my end. I meant to really get with Mike and ask a couple of questions and just review the numbers again. And then if we can move to table this to the next agenda, which is next week, then I'll be ready.
I'll just give you the input that our next tax increment refinance district meeting is on September 3rd, so voting on this on September the 1st is just not a big deal at all.
Okay. Does anybody have any objection to tabling item number 10.2?
Lee made a motion, did you not?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Mayor,
so-
I'll make it again for
Okay, sure.
clarification. Mayor, I move to table item 10.2, the resolution number 987, to the September 1st council meeting.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Have a second from Tim Royce, Deputy Mayor, District 5. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, let it be known by state and aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion will carry. We have a executive session, but we have none. We're adjourned.